Now, let's get things started.
On Valentine's Day. That's right. Joining us as guest co-host, please welcome former anchor at E! News, Kat Sandler.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks. You wanted to also mention that it is Ash
Ash Wednesday.
It is. Yes. So I wanted to make sure we got that before we went on, because we want to talk to you, because you've been a hot topic on our show.
I love all the pink and the red, by the way.
Well, apparently
It's a day
this
of
is
love.
what you do for Valentine's. But you walked away from E! News after you found out you were making far less than your co-host. And this is your first time back on TV.
Cameras, lights. It's been like 2 months.
Yeah.
It's so nice to be back.
And tell us what happened.
Yeah. Oh, my goodness. Well, firstly, thank you for having me and allowing me to kind of share my story. It's been a wild 2 months, as you can imagine. But I was at E! for 12 years. It was the dream job. I had an amazing experience there. But about a year ago, a female executive at the time had said, just so you know, you are severely underpaid. And this was in confidence. This was in a closed-door meeting. And this was at a time when I had taken on more responsibilities, more workload, more hours, a new show. And I filed that away thinking information is supposed to be power, right? So, okay, negotiations coming up. I will use this to my advantage. Certainly, they're going to do what's right. It'll be fair. I really had high hopes of thinking that the outcome would be not even to my advantage, but just the right thing. And it didn't work out that way. It didn't work out that way. Negotiations started in the late fall, and my team, the entire point of that negotiation was let's ask for what is right. My male counterpart is making A. Well, I should be making A, or at least close.
Well, he's making twice as much as you were making.
Double? Maybe even a little more, Joy.
More than double.
A little more. And again, that just hurts, especially when you've been somewhere for 12 years and you work
I know.
tail off. And
you had the same exact job that he had, right?
I mean, exact is subjective, but yes. I mean, we were on the same show, E! News, as fixtures most nights. We started at the same time 12 years ago. We had the same, for all intents and purposes, experience, skill set, same public profile. For me, it was really apples to apples, and that's why I just felt so strong on my conviction that what was happening was an injustice. And that's why I felt very compelled to fight for what was right at the time, and I thought they were going to do the right thing, and at the end, they did not.
And you're a single parent?
I am. I'm a single mom. I have two boys. I very much co-parent with my ex, so in all fairness, I'm not alone in the world. My babies, where are they? Oh, my boys. It's so hard to get pictures with teenagers, so I thank God they're at school, because they would not like that this is on national television. But
So you said, I'm walking if you don't give me the money.
I did.
And they didn't, and you walked. That's the
you
story.
quit your job.
They didn't think I would. I think, honestly, from you'll have to ask them. But I think the perspective was, 43-year-old mama too, been here how many years?
Where's she
ain't gonna, where's she going?
Well, this is what they said. In a recent statement, E! President Francis Berwick said, there is a lot of misinformation out there. Kat Sadler and Jason Kennedy had different roles and therefore different salaries. Kat was focused on daytime. Jason Kennedy is on primetime evening news plus red carpet. Our employees' salaries are based on their roles and their expertise, regardless of gender. We wish Kat well, but I hope that sets the record straight on that. Does that set the record straight?
Let me ask you, does it? I mean, for the people that watched E! religiously, and then I can even bring in these Hollywood heavyweights who kind of came to my defense, I think it's because they knew. They watch E! every day. I didn't even have to defend myself after that statement, because it's like, I'm pretty sure we saw Kat on the nighttime show too. Not maybe every night at the end, because my responsibilities were so huge and I was doing so much in the morning also. And again, my workload had doubled. But it was almost like that statement was such it was discarding me, to be honest. It was hurtful when I read that. And it's like, were you watching
But
the
your
same show we were all
workload doubled and his did not, and you were still getting paid half as much?
Yes, Sonny. That's why I knew that if I just accepted what was offered to me, that would conflict with who I was so much that I wouldn't even, you guys know what it's like to go on air every day and do your job. It has to still be a part of who you are, and you have to do it in an authentic and genuine way. And I knew that if I settled, I wouldn't do the network any good. I wouldn't do the fans, the people, the audience.
You don't want to come from resentment.
Let me
either.
say something. Some of these situations are a little gray. This is very black and white. You guys came in at the same time. He was getting paid double what you were doing the same job. It's very black and white for people. Your name has come up a lot on this show. You have a lot of support here at this show. You also had a lot of support from celebrities during the Golden Globes. We actually want to show a clip of everyone who was coming out supporting you.
Thanks.
You know, I was so shocked to hear that E! doesn't believe in paying their female co-host the same as their male co-host. I mean, I miss Kat Sadler, and so we stand with her.
We support gender equity and equal pay, and we hope that E! follows that lead with Kat as well. We stand with you, Kat.
You can also see on Twitter.
Where you try to make me cry. Is this the moment where I started getting really emotional?
The takeaway value of what you're saying, I think, is that in order to really negotiate, you've got to be willing to walk away. And that takes a lot of guts. And also, a lot of times people can do it when they have a backup.
Yeah.
You know, so you had a bit of a backup.
Well, I certainly planned well, and I am going to work again, thank God.
But you didn't know that at the time.
I did.
Yeah.
I had to plan accordingly. You always plan for the worst. I hate to say it, but you're right. You have to. Some of the ownership certainly does fall on us. Like, you know, I knew I had 2 mouths to feed. I knew that this might go one of 2 ways. So I had to plan accordingly. I had to check in. Okay, how long can I go without a next check? Like all of those things certainly make sense.
Yeah. So what's happening? What's the announcement?
Well, I got a lot in the works. I mean, this is, I mean, I've worked 5 days a week for 20 years for, you know, on air covering entertainment news or whatever. So this is the first season where I've been able to explore so many things. And I'm excited to, again, because this is not my story. This is so many women's stories. And the response is partly because it just affirms that across all industries, there are injustices. I mean, women are making 80 cents on the dollar. It's worse for minorities.
It used to be 59 cents.
Yeah.
Thank you. So we've got to make that shift. So a lot of the things I'm working on now are to expose that and use my gift of maybe storytelling or reporting to do these interviews, travel to Iceland, maybe. Iceland. That's the Indiana girl in me. Iceland, and talk about, you know, equal pay and the sexual harassment and the Me Too movements and all that. So I've got some things in the works from a development standpoint, but I do have a job at the Oscars. I'm returning to the red carpet for the Vanity Fair Oscars party.
So you ended up on your feet, which is very good.
Thank you
for sharing the story.
Thank you so much for your support, guys.
I think you should be the face of this. I really do think that you should really, I mean, I know you work in entertainment journalism, but we're talking backstage. I really think your voice and experience is so important right now, and that's what I would do if I were you going next, along with journalism.
Thank you. We'll talk during the break.
Well, today's Black History Month, FYI, celebrates the first Black female artist to have a painting at New York's world-renowned Museum of Modern Art, Thelma Johnson Street. Born in Washington State in 1911, this pioneer used art, song, and dance to foster intercultural understanding, which made her a prominent force in the artistic community. In 1942, MoMA selected her painting, Rabbit Man, to have a place of honor in their permanent collection, where it remains today.
From every month, I learn so much on this Black History Month.
I'm so glad.
I
mean,
do,
that's
because
the whole
you
point.
just don't know this stuff. They don't teach it in school.
Well, you know what? And part of it is that people don't teach it because they don't know it.
Yeah.
And one of the things I want to say to this show, I know we're running, but I don't care. One of the things I want to say about this show is we are able to get to things and talk about things in Black History Month that other people don't touch. And I'm so proud of The View for doing that.
And there were so many important things that you told us.
Yeah. We'll be right back.
Later, is great sex bad news? Why there's a major red flag for couples who are red hot between the sheets.